Hi, my name is Dr. Bojana Jankovic, and I'm here today with my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Teresa Dean. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about work-life balance. Now, if you've ever felt torn between different things that are being asked of you, different demands on your life, whether they're with your family, your kids, your professional life, your social life, you're not alone. We all feel this all the time. And we would like to discuss some common concerns, some negative effects of that constant stress, and then how to manage that stress and how to really find a balance that you can live with and you're happy with.
As physicians, we're always seeing high blood pressure, diabetes, the risk factors of heart disease, and really a lot of that comes down to stress and its impacts on our life, the way we eat, the way we manage our life, and directly the cortisol.
So one of the ways that we can address this, and one of the things that I've explored on my own, as well as with many of my patients, is turning to mindfulness, really mindfulness as a way of life. If I can sum up the definition of mindfulness in the best way I can, it really is cultivating awareness and paying attention on purpose to what is present around us. And one of the great introductions for this, by the way, is Full Catastrophe Living book by Jon Kabat-Zinn, who is the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction. But once you start cultivating that awareness, once you tap into that mindfulness, I think that you really begin to sort of open up a little bit more to experiences in a different way and to really seeing things as they are and being a little bit more accepting, letting go a little bit more of things that maybe you wanted to happen in a certain way, but they didn't. And really kind of starting to live your life more fully.
Yeah, I really love the article that you wrote about embracing imperfections. That one definitely hit home for me because really just looking at the impacts of perfectionism, I think a lot of people who are very high functioning, extremely successful, tend to be fairly perfectionistic, and really looking at the impacts in that in our quality of life and how we are enjoying our lives and our stress impacts was amazing. I really enjoyed that article.
Thank you. And one of the fascinating things that I learned when I was doing my literature search for that article is that the self-criticism trait of perfectionism is really the most damaging one. And it actually has been linked to depression, to self-harming behavior, to aggressive behavior towards others. So being aware of that inner critic and being able to kind of listen to what that inner critic is saying and challenging it, I think is so important rather than just kind of accepting this as a way of negative thinking and as kind of establishing a pattern of negative thought. So I think that it really is more about acceptance and about cultivating that awareness and acceptance.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, there's a huge impact on us and really just being present in our time that we're in and getting that quality rather than focusing on the quantity of being in every different place that we want to be in at one time.
And for parents who are watching this, I'm sure you can relate. I recently read an interesting review of a study in the Scientific American that listed the top 10 qualities of good parents. And nowhere in there was any mention of how much time, how many hours a day do you spend with your child. I would encourage you to accept, to live, to love yourself, to love other people, to be mindful, and to really explore this concept of mindfulness and being in the moment. Thank you so much for watching. I would be so happy if you could write comments, questions, or any ideas for anything else that you would like to see. Thank you so much.
Thank you.